Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Thai Talk with Dan. Now, recently, we've been sharing a very long story. We're up to part 5 now of this guy's crazy journey, constantly coming to Thailand and getting with the wrong type of women. Now the story is heated up, as you can see from the title of this video. So strap yourselves in and let's go for a wild ride with this subscriber's Thailand story. Now, once in Chiang Mai, I went to Nong's old apartment. They didn't have a forwarding address for her. I knew Pan's home province was called Prey. I had the idea I would go to Prey City and hand out flyers with Nong's picture on it, offering a reward to anyone who could tell me her whereabouts. But the receptionist in my hotel convinced me that this was a bad idea. My only hope was somebody at Sakodern would know where she was. So I went to Sakodern and showed the staff a picture of Nong. She wasn't there and nobody knew where she was. I was told the only person who might know her whereabouts was the owner of Sakodern, who went by the name of Mr. M. He wasn't there, but I could return to meet him the following morning. The staff then asked if I would like to take another girl in the meanwhile. It was tempting, but fearing this would eventually get back to Nong, I declined.
Stop it. Get some help.
So the next day, I explained my situation to Mr. M. His English wasn't bad. He told me he did not know where Nong was, but that he knew the name of the village that she came from. So I offered him 5,000 baht if he would take me there. Now he said he had business in Prey province in a few days' time and would detour to her village for the 5,000 baht. He also said he would have no idea if Nong would be in her village, so I would probably be wasting my time and my money. Now, while I was waiting for Mr. M to take me to Nong's village, I asked out a young girl from a traditional Thai massage shop. She agreed to go out with me, but not until 2 days after I was due to go looking for Nong. So, I met up with Mr. M on the appointed morning. He came in his car and had a couple of his heavies with him. I paid him the 5,000 baht and we set off on a 3-hour journey through the mountains. When we arrived in Nong's village, she was sat at a table outside a small shop playing drafts with some children. She looked happy to see me, but she wasn't surprised. Now she denied that she knew I was coming, but her just sat there seems a little too fortunate to me. Maybe Mr. M got word to her somehow. Now after she had quickly gone to her house and packed a bag, Mr. M gave us a lift to Prey City bus station and then said goodbye. So we booked a coach to Chiang Mai, leaving around midnight, then booked a room in a nearby hotel to spend the evening. Nong was impressed at the lengths that I had gone to find her again. She said that I had won her and would not need to chase her anymore. However, one thing was spoiling my delight at being reunited. Her appearance had changed a lot from the girl I had stayed with in Chiang Mai. She had really let herself go and no longer looked the super attractive girl that I remembered. It was as if something traumatic had happened to her. In the hotel room, we got to know each other intimately once more. For the first time with her, I used protection because I no longer had faith in her cleanliness. I continued to use protection for the rest of my holiday. Now, according to Nong, this was the first time we ever made love. A romantic notion, perhaps, but simply not true. Later, as we waited at the bus station for our coach to Chiang Mai to arrive, I came close to telling Nong I had made a mistake and wanted to return to Chiang Mai without her, but I am glad that I chose not to. I ended up having a really good time with Nong for the remainder of my holiday. Unbelievably, on our second evening in Chiang Mai, I told Nong I had to go on my date with the massage girl. I am always reliable, and if I have arranged something with someone, I will not let them down. The date was fine, and at the end of it, stood outside the girl's door, she hugged and kissed and tried to get me to go inside with her, with Nong waiting for me. That was never going to happen. Now, when my time with Nong was drawing to a close, I told her I would be back again in December. I had planned for years on spending the countdown to the new millennium at Tapai Gate in Chiang Mai. If I was with Nong, so much the better. And this time, we wrote to each other often while we were apart. Now, on my next trip to Thailand, then was for 3 weeks in December and January. Nong came to meet me at the airport in Bangkok. Now she was taking care of herself again and was back to the gorgeous girl I had met the first time. I had a great time with her, and we did indeed see in the new millennium together watching fireworks at Taipei Gate. We kissed as the clock struck midnight. Now that things were serious between me and Nong, I wanted to know if we could get on together for longer than 2 or 3 weeks at a time. I wanted to stay with her for a whole year in Thailand. However, now that I had a well-paying job in my hometown, I did not want to lose it. I talked with my boss in the autumn of 2000, and he agreed that I could have a year's sabbatical and come back to my job at the end of it. So I flew once more to Thailand at the start of October. What followed was what I still consider our best time together. I was by this stage very much in love and happy that a whole year together in Thailand stretched before us. We rented a small apartment in Chiang Mai and spent all our time with each other. Now, my happiness was brought to an abrupt end soon after New Year. I got an email from my boss saying the company had a bad financial year and couldn't afford to take me back on. He said he would let me know if the situation changed. This was disastrous news. I had enough money to last me another 9 months in Thailand, but without a job, I wouldn't be able to bring Nong to the UK as we had planned. I felt I had no choice but to return to the UK and try to find a new job. So I ended up leaving Thailand a little over 3 months after arriving. Now, back at home, the pressure was on. With 2 years' experience of Delphi programming, I had 4 interviews lined up within a week and was offered a job after the second interview. The interview was on a Friday and I started work the following Monday. The job was easier and the pay better than my previous job, but the new job was in a different city, about an hour's commute by car. I was grateful to have a job, but I hated the commute and wished I still had my old job near to home. After 8 months in the new job, I got an email from my old boss saying that the company could now afford to re-employ me. WTF. This was precisely the time when I had wanted to return from Thailand anyway. If I'd known, I could have spent the entire time with Nong in Thailand as planned. So I quickly handed in my notice so I could go back to my previous job. Even before I knew I had my old job back again, I had a 3-week trip to Thailand booked from the August bank holiday, and this became my break between jobs. Now, during my holiday, I helped Nong to apply for a visa to visit the UK. I wanted Nong to experience living with me in the UK to make sure she liked it before we committed to getting married. I couldn't support us living together in Thailand, so her coming to the UK was the only option. We submitted the visa application together at the British Embassy in Bangkok. At least I returned to the job in my home city a better programmer than when I left. My boss agreed to match my salary too. Everything was coming into place until Nong told me her visa application had been rejected. Now, according to the embassy, we were unable to provide sufficient evidence of at least a 2-year ongoing relationship, so we decided we would have to get married to get Nong into the UK. So I wanted to do everything I could to ensure the next time Nong applied for a visa, she would be successful. So I went to see my local Labour MP to ask for a supporting letter. He was extremely unhelpful, saying many people wanted to emigrate to the UK and Nong would have to take her chances with everybody else. Unfortunately for this MP, I had a friend at the time who was on the constituency Labour Party selection committee. The MP was informed that if he didn't help me, he would not be selected for re-election. So I got my letter of support on parliamentary headed paper soon after. So I headed back to Thailand with my supporting letter just before Christmas 2001. We had 3 weeks to get married and submit a new visa application. In Chiang Mai, we would have to wait 2 weeks before the marriage could take place. First, we needed some documentation from the British Embassy, so we flew to Bangkok. From our experience at the British Embassy whilst applying for Nong's visa a few months ago, we knew the queues would be bad at the embassy. Therefore, we got a taxi to arrive at the embassy early in the morning before it had even opened. As we go out of the taxi, we were approached by a man asking why we had gone there. I recognised him instantly because I had seen a TV documentary about him the previous summer. His name was Ronnie, and he was a man who could fix things for Brits in Thailand. So I told Ronnie we were there to get some documents from the embassy so we could get married in Chiang Mai. He said no need for that. For 10,000 baht, he'd have us married in Bangkok that day. We wouldn't even need to go inside the embassy. Now, I didn't believe he'd be able to do it, so I agreed only on the condition I paid all the money after the marriage was complete. So Ronnie called his Thai wife and we spent the day following her to various Thai administrative offices. I barely understood what was going on. It was as unromantic as possible, but by the end of the afternoon, we were officially married. Ronnie had been true to his word and saved us a lot of hassle. We were able to submit Nong's visa application soon after and return to Chiang Mai to enjoy the rest of my holiday. Now, we did visit Nong's home village in Pray, where we had a small wedding ceremony with a monk chanting whilst tying string around each of our wrists. There was no dowry and no party. It was a small family affair. Now this time, the visa application was successful. Nong always made a big deal about Valentine's Day, and our life together in the UK began on that Valentine's Day in 2002. She returned to Thailand for a month in early April because she said she had some things to sort out. I wasn't entirely sure she would be back, but she did return as planned. She enrolled in an English class, and through this, soon made some Thai friends. I had expected that the number of Thai people in my home city would be small, but I was wrong. And two of Nong's Thai friends were mail order Isan brides and deserve particular mention. They were called Mint and Kwang. Now Mint treated her husband Matt very poorly. She talked down to him all the time. She'd go out to clubbing without him several times a week, and on her return in the early hours, she'd make as much noise as possible to wake him up, knowing that he had to be up for work the next day. She liked to hit him too. Once he snapped and he hit her back, so she got a Thai man who knew how to fight to come round and beat Matt up. As soon as she had her British passport, she left and was pregnant by another man within 1 month. Undaunted, Matt tried again with another mail order bride. I even went to their wedding in Bangkok, and I've no idea if they are still together. I can still remember clearly the first time that I saw Kwang. She was a sweet girl, only 18 years old. Her husband, Adam, was in his mid-40s with no hair and thick-rimmed glasses. I saw them walking down the street together, and my first thought was, this will never last. In the event, it did actually last a few years, and one day, Kwang told Adam she wanted to move to the suburbs away from the city centre. She then began an affair with the estate agent, and soon Adam was single again. Now, my relationship with Nong had no such problems. We got on really well. Now that we were married and living together, I had plans to go on lots of exotic holidays. Nong had other ideas. She got pregnant the month after she came to the UK. Although I didn't know this until May. Our first child, Luke, was born in December 2002. And our second child, May, followed in March of 2005. They were great kids. They were always happy and smiling, never any tantrums, and very loving. The years when our children were young, they were the best years of my life. Experiencing wonder through their eyes was so much better than my own childhood. Birthday parties, Halloween, Christmas, school sports days, I loved it all. Right guys, I'm going to leave it there. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think he's going to lose his wife and kids? Do you think he's going to end up on his own? Or do you reckon they live happily ever after? Let us know down in the comments and get ready for the next part of this subscriber's crazy story. Take it easy and ciao for now. Bye bye.